Today, we are pleased to welcome two distinguished guests, Mr. Lily Hussein and Mr. Leonardo Chishi, who are from the Jumigidima District Buses Network Organization. Welcome to NEISSR. We look forward to hearing your valuable insights. Hope we'll have an engaging and productive time together. Now I give time to our guest speaker, Sir Mechanic.
Good morning, dear Chairperson of the day, Mr. Alumba, respected Father Lawrence King, the Vice Principal and the Administrator, the faculty members, dear students, and today we are so privileged and happy to have two very important persons in our life. Why I said important, you will know when you listen to them. And at the very outset itself, I welcome Mr. Minoto Tishi and Nini Kosu, the speakers of this day, to mark the World Social Work Day 2025. Let's put our hands together to welcome them to the NEISSR fraternity. They are the Chumukadima District Users Network President and Vice President, Joint Secretary to this organization. And many of you do not know, every Sunday they come together, the Users Network, the AA group will come and discuss, and they have a lot of fellowship programs every Sunday around 3 o'clock to 4:35. Day before yesterday, I happened to be there, and it was Nini's and Walu's 5th birthday. Means they have been living sober and clean without using drugs or any related stuff for last 5 years. So I happened to be there and listen to their sharing. I was simply stunned. So immediately I said, you please come and share your experience today as a Social Workers Day, internationally being commemorated. And today we are going to launch a very big campaign. We have been discussing last year. Sir Vincent came and created awareness, and we have been talking periodically the hazards, the dangers of drug abuse, and the statistics that is happening in Nagaland and Northeast India. Everyone is aware of it, and the rapid spread of sunflower, the chemical drug, among the students. You might have read recently in parenthesis what has happened. It is found among the class 7 and 8, 9 students, both boys and girls, and easy to influence and make them addicts. Anyone who is using below 18, that's why in the European countries or Western countries, you see anyone who is above 18 are allowed and permitted to use alcohol or get married or have friends. Below 18, why it is? Because your intellect, your whole development has not reached its climax. Any time below 18, if you're getting into any uses of drugs or alcohol or anything else, it becomes addictive. Easy to become addictive. Therefore, up to 18, you can't get married, you can't get into drinks, you can't use anything abusive, because under 18 they are under the control of parents. After 18 you are matured, you are adult, and you are able to reason, you are able to move out of that closed environment. Therefore, today we are celebrating in the International or World Social Workers Day, and the beautiful theme they have. I'm just going to stress upon 2 points. After that, we will be giving their time and they will be taking the stage. And today, please remember, it is a celebration of the Social Workers Day. And I wish all of you happy and memorable World Social Workers Day. Second point, okay? Oh, no response. Shall we say same to you, Father? Okay, same. Very important day. So therefore, we have planned two things. One is after lunch, along with your class teachers, you will plan it out. How to make our social workers day memorable from today to end of the semester. And we will discuss with the students council and the faculty, and the management will set a strategically plan along with them how this beautiful theme empowering children and youth for a drug-free Nagaland for next 5 years. That is our mission. Today on Lord Social Workers Day, we are launching this campaign only to protect our children, not get into drugs, and help our youth to get out of it and make our community get actively engaged in this mission of NEISSR and Peace Channel, and along with the community development forum or the specialization will spearhead, and youth development, peace and conflict transformation and social entrepreneurs will support the cause along with the community organization, community development. And why this community development? I'm sure, unlike other peace and conflict, they have done so many activities this semester, and they will be doing in September the peace meet and the youth development. They are already taking. You might have seen entrepreneurial activities coming up along with the social entrepreneurs. So therefore, community development will take this one in a very serious manner, and the whole NEISSRians will support this cause to protect our future of Nagaland. And we are going to launch this day. That's why Ninoto and Mr. Ninoto and Mr. Nini are with us. And in order to make this day memorable, afternoon we have an activity plan for 1 hour with the faculty members. And you can move to different activities, poster presentation, maybe a video presentation on social issues, domestic violence, different social issues, you can take it up, or drugs, drug abuse. It is up to you. But this day we will celebrate and make it a memorable one. Because it is our day. Everyone should feel that we have celebrated with the additional value added into social work profession. As a faculty, they may commit themselves to enhance their competency, publishing, reading books, and enhancing your classes. As a management or social work, we will be working towards enhancing your life and making all the facilities possible for you to be a competent social worker. And students, recommit to yourself today. Recommit to yourself today. Manu is smiling. Everyone is going to take a decision today. Everyone. Because social workers day that I am recommitting myself to promote social work profession in Nagaland and Northeastern. I am recommitting myself to study better, to understand the social work profession better. And I am going to get engaged into community better than what I have been. This is so many activities you can plan, and please make this day memorable one in your life. That is what I want to share with you second. Now coming to one point, since I had written on 3 points, I'm not going to take because they have their time. Please don't worry about the time conscious today because it is your day. They may take little more time, and we want to see today's enriched with a different perspective. Forget about that 9:30 because we have called them for a business. Because we want to take off this day in the best way possible. Lot of activities are being planned and shared with you. Only one point, just to take off this theme of the day. That is, on March 18th every year, social workers, especially social work professionals, BSW and MSW students commemorate this day, honoring the dedication and commitment of all social workers in the local level, state level, national level, international level. Just to support and encourage. And as a social work institute, whomever you know today, please send a message, Happy Social Workers Day. That is enough. And you're doing great job. Please keep doing the great job. We'll be writing immediately to our alumni and also our people, those are connected with us. Simple act promoting social work profession and creating and encouraging those people who are in the field. Therefore, the theme of this day, besides this theme that they will be speaking about it, the theme of this day of World Social Work Day is this year we are strengthening intergenerational solidarity for enduring well-being, holistic development of what? Intergeneration, children to parents and youth to parents and adults. How are you going to integrate? How are you going to take care? So we have the moral responsibility to take care of the children, youth, women, and men. Not those who are extremely doing well-being, but those who are deprived of their holistic well-being. Children who are in a hazardous situation, working in the mines, in the workshops, in the field, and they are not being children, but they are treated like an adult or parent. Those kids, we have the moral responsibility. Youth who are in a very difficult situation, recovering from drugs, recovering from sex work, recovering from different addiction, as deprived of unemployment, deprived of mental health, deprived of societal coercion. You know, so many youth are suffering. So we will be pinning them and helping them to get enhanced. Youth who doesn't know how to get into professional studies, helping them to talk to them about the social world and helping them to get into professional job and making them to climb the ladder faster. We're getting into women who are in a deprived situation, domestic violence. And we launched a campaign 2 years back, just going and pressing the bell. When the husband is beating on the wife, or boyfriend is beating or reacting to the girlfriend, or a married couple is fighting each other, you as a social worker, we call it call for peace. Go and press the calling bell and distract the husband. And they had to come for attending the call. Sir, can I get a glass of water? Can I get this? Just to distract. Anywhere we have seen that domestic violence is promoted, call for peace. Go and call the people. Knock at the door. Just press the calling bell or yell for a cup of water. Distract and then come to. And then you see when you are calling, husband and wife very happily will be coming towards saying, "How are you? What can we do?" You are intervening. Call for peace against domestic violence, all forms of violence. Distract them that moment. That is, I'm talking about children, youth, women, men who are mentally tortured today. Maybe with the family, some, not all the wives, all the girlfriends, all the people, men are also disturbed these days. Do you know that? Help them. They need counseling. women who need counseling, get them into our hand and help them. I feel so passionate today because these are our mission. Not those who are on the top level or those who are able to do things, manage it by themselves, but we have the responsibility to help children, help youth, help women and men who really needs our help. Lastly, the people who are old, like palliative care, caring to die, making them to die peacefully and happily. That is how we have become the path to build the gap between the children and old age. Generation gap is filled because of social work intervention. And where you are able to fix in, please plan. I am interested in working with the children. I am interested in working with the youth. I am interested in working with the women. I am ready to work with the street children, making life difference. I have shared you once, but to flag up this day, I just conclude these because we have to listen to them. Once I was doing my blog placement in server Yuvodaya Yuvakendra Yomitra. I told you or I don't know, I just want to flag up today. I just decided to be with them for 45 days. Fifth day, I decided I cannot wear, I cannot be part of this. Day before said I was with them, I told them, I'm just comparing children, the street children and the drug addicts. I am addict. What is it? I am Anto. I am addict by the grace of God. Yet acknowledge, I told them before I started to speak, I am Anto, I am addict. Feel with them. I am addicted to may not be drugs. I am addicted to many other things. Acknowledging them and accepting them that makes a life difference. I could feel with them. When I was speaking to them, they could listen. So when you are with the street children, you also should have that passion to accept that street children's lifestyle. I said fifth day, I am going to remove my shirts, bunions, everything. I am going to be like a street child for next 40 days. Literally that made the difference. I put a bag, bosta, and removed specs, chain, watch, everything. Put a torn t-shirt, torn trouser, went into the street of Bangalore. First they did not take me seriously. But when we did it a period of time, 30th or 25th day, they took me to the every nook and corner where they go for their work. First, after selling the bottles, empty bottles and plastic items, that day I got 350 to 400 rupees. First day, putting the hand into the dustbin and picking up the used bottle. Police came and caught me behind. They thought that I am kidnapping these kids. Then I showed the ID card. I said I am doing research in the Yuvak and the Yumitra. If you want to make the life difference for others, you should be empathetic and be part of that community. Remove, that's why we did not use uniform in the beginning. But you are not coming properly. So we started the uniform. You should be casual when you are in the field. You can't put a coat and tie and move to the field. When you are simplified yourself and simplicity has come into your life, you see the wonders. Then the fifth, the sixth day they took me where? They took me where they eat biryani, the best biryani in Bangalore. And they took me the third, fourth day where they are using drugs, the sniffers, no? What do you call it that? Huh? Done and exactly, done right. Nearly you know everything. Yeah, done right. They snip and they put and they showed me how to take. I took it in fact. With them I took it. What it is nice. But I told them, this moment it is nice. But do you know what is going to happen like after using it? Then they took me to the sex workers. These innocent children are used by sex workers. Took me to that side. I did a very good research. You can go to Yuvakendra and I told them you have to start saving the money. I stop here, and there is a chain of a money box kept in the Yuvodaya Yuva Kendra. These children have to save every day 100 rupees each. Today is a change of your mind, change to take a decision, to take care of this gap between children and the elders. And I'm sure, as a social work professionals, you are thinking of taking this decision today. One is to promote, second one is to act as a social work professional. We will celebrate together in the afternoon. Once again, thank you very much for this day to listen attentively and enabling you to promote profession and helping you to take a decision today. Without much delay, Nino and Nili, please come one by one and inspire. And at the end, we will call the community development department heads, two faculty members, and the students to flag off this day. For next 5 years, NEISSR and Peace Channel will collaboratively work with you, and we will move towards, we will strategically plan with you. We have the skeleton, as I said already, and we'll plan together and make Nagaland the best state, drug-free state in India. That is our mission. That is our vision within 5 years.
Please give us hope and inspiration. Thank you once again. Now I give time to our guest speaker. Sir, you may kindly comment.
Okay. A very good morning to you all. Respected Director of NEISSR Peace Center, Father C.P. Anto, Father Lauren, the faculty members, and to you, my dear friends. My name is Nelly, recovering drug addict. By the grace of God and through the fellowship of Narcotic Anonymous and Alcoholic Anonymous, I am clean and sober today. Okay. Hello, friends. Hi. Okay. Honestly, my English iklan namin nag-speak include ko mula sharing day, and right now I'm getting algorithm. I'm a little bit nervous as well. But anyway, Father, and today I'm very grateful. That man khatar introduction di sini ekdam othai di sini boleh. To be very honest, we are just very simple plain manakadi je. So maji mu api kena gini testimony ko boleh berapa. I hope you will listen carefully and you will get blessed with my testimony. So I was born and brought up in a good Christian family. I'm a Catholic. So everything was going on very well. I was very attentive during my Sunday classes. And I was well to do my family members. They were very loving, very caring. So this is how I brought up. And then in the process of time, slowly, I was introduced to this kakak sadam. Right? My first substance. So I was introduced to kakak sadam. Me and my friends every evening mula sa hidup. Kaya sekitar malam dalam kakak sadam na betul na. Ani orang brown di mungkin sadam milik na kawo. Orang mata guring na musabra ko itu mobil guring na. So this was my first introduction to these substances. And then gradually I was introduced to smoking bidi na. So sangka bidi rasta de dukan kinar ke bidi na bawa program. So it got the one excited feeling, nutun cheese kan. So I was introduced to this nicotine slowly, and then we used to have fun smoking, hiding this sometimes. Kita go de bukai kan difference kan to market ko sadang ko bidi ko. And then gradually occasionally use kuri na festive occasions like Christmas and New Year Eve, 24th night, 31st night, muza lagi, tadi baik nanti gathering kuri na. Milina fun. So we try to do many unwanted things, exciting things like trying alcohol, trying day ride, trying different hallucinogens. So itu intoxicants kan. From childhood itself, I was very interested in these intoxicants. So this is how my engaged and then 24 night Christmas we we will be waiting for the Christmas. Christmas we are supposed to be in proper fellowship or worship with community like our concept was totally different as a child. So alcohol use group, party group, masti group, dance group. So this was the lifestyle and gradually when I finished my class 10 exam, itu class 10 exam untuk khutbah pada day kids we break fight we get some short break like maybe 1-2 months break fight to that day I was left unoccupied with any activities so I used to get indulged in this cannabis with ganja so ganja di ini kan engage with it slowly so ganja use creativity like among the first when I first tried ganja it was something very different. Very different means very different. Kada the first Milo is the case of cloud nine. How they behave halang it that. Or kinabu. I can express it. Like I'm very careful even as well. Kabish they anxiety level already high level. Alak level I can express it. I think I try to receive it possible. So but don't try it. Try not to do it. Try to do it. So don't try this. But the experience is at another level. And then if you try slowly, I was getting addicted to this weed. So weed addiction, you know something facts about weed. Weed, hallucinogens. There are 400 different hallucinogens. Just imagine 400 different hallucinogens, which means it has the power, it has the capacity to even spoil or damage our brain. Different wires and neurotransmitters can destroy our abilities. But you know, agreement US country we need to get with legalized condition and the treatment is sorry we are out of the book charge. Anyway, legalized and at the same time, peer pressure groups can maybe youngsters can wrong influence they jaya with isolating the geography and create shanti with again. Lalu mutu kamu bisi jagara kriya, mutu kamu bisi aggressive again. In a comparison, ini kan misconception kan bisi again. So I was also victim of those misconceptions. So I started using weed. I started feeling very comfortable in I started feeling very comfortable with my own self after altering this weed in my life. So gradually in a weed I became less productive. My memory power was going very low. Side effects that, as I have mentioned, there are 400 different hallucinogens. It is for sure that a person who has been using weed for maybe 4 to 10 years, there is a high tendency to psychopathy with that, mental patients can be with that. But I am very grateful in that category for Jenna, and at the right time I am saved by the grace of God. So this is how weed addiction, I was introduced to the new ongoing drug. That is the trending drug that we all know. Nagaland trending drug is sunflower oil. So as far as I remember, it first came to Nagaland in between the year 2015 to 2017. This is a new drug. 2015 to 2017, it was a new drug. So I started engaging into this drug use. My friends, they use drugs with thin sheet of foil, and then they will be having one plate, and they will be carrying the drug in the sada container. Maybe kami bisa aware pregnant as your social workers. So ini ka aware pregnant so this is how my friends can use with other day. Sometimes I enjoy the process the way they prepare na. Plate cutting dulu, side dulu, milawo niya pregnant foil dulu, bago chikaw, and then tanit carefully na hawa mari lotion na. So the process was very interesting and I felt very excited I felt that I should also try this. So एक बार रिवर ट्राई की the first trial was another level अलग level lagi jadi. So tanya yang dipikir dulu, wami aisyah the body was at ease, or wouldn't they keep the guidance anxiety depression kan ini karena perfect accommodation. It was very stress relieving. Honestly speaking, drug use from Muzazde. That is the trick, okay? Hosa kata Muzazde. But it is temporary. Kalau Muzaz mesti mendene, just temporary. So if you use crazy, 2-3 days I've been using. It just took me 3 days to become an addict, okay? 3 days. 3 दिन ही लग सकते हैं को because 3 दिन ही लग सकते हैं it is very addictive, the substance, the chemical. It makes us dependent. It makes our physical body dependent. The chemical inside this drug, it is very addictive. So withdrawal symptoms, the withdrawal symptoms are very high. Somehow, the withdrawal symptoms, if I express this, it is like withdrawal symptoms it's like fighting with the tiger, lion, bear, wild boar. The fight is happening with it. It's very struggling. The pain comes from inside the bone, and the body is very restless, and the breathing, the heartbeat is very fast, or physical pain, and then the eyes get very dim, all the time goosebumps. So the withdrawal symptoms is very severe. It's very severe, and it is nearly very untolerable. So which is why bisi addicts can lebih bisi drug addiction lebih bisi dapat overcome lebih bisi to fight. This is one reason. So I was also the victim of this drug addiction. I was then slowly addiction they push that in my problems became from bad to worse. It went on from bad to worse. I was also running a salon. Here salon later run the next day. I finished my training in beauty and hair styling, and then I started running a salon. You know what? At the salon it was almost like a club which is a salon. So I started peddling drugs. Drugs बिक्री कुरा सुरु हुँदैछ. अलिक किले बिक्री गरेको म दुनी हो भने बिक्री गरिरहेको I wanted to sustain my addiction. मलाई addiction को म carry गर्नु लागि sustain गर्नु लागि because drugs को पनि रहि free मा नन. So in order to sustain my addiction, I had to do some illegal activities. Drugs can बिक्री गर्नु लागि. And then youngsters can give influence for those young and wild and free and tahan nabuja yang ditanggi introduce for so we drug addiction for that I regret a lot but can't help. This is the reality. So this is how I've been facing consequences during my addiction days. Consequences, which will have a lot more consequences, as I have mentioned before, from bad to worse, beyond with addiction. So I even landed into this council hall, panchayat hall, they land because of my addiction. They use the society, because I was shining, drug addiction. So these guys started using drugs and all the rumors have been spread. And this is how I captured this society like it shine itu celebrity ni celebrity ni salon pun lagi mana culi katnya bisa salon pun lagi supply the video shutter ni cepat pasang video. So ini kan shine tradisi, and this is how I landed into council hall twice. Council hall council hall, panchayat hall, that is deeper calling the strategy. So that kind of policy, and this is how it's a very sad incident for me. Sad in the sense very memorable incident be ekta hoise council hall dekhi ide council hall ase ide public aro mola sati bai gan this imagine council hall in a collaboration allegation lagai na agreement terms can sign bari aise so agreement sign kure then ki kwaje parents can be mati and then amagi mati na kwaje if your son so and so doesn't stop using or doesn't stop dealing with these drugs so and so will be stand out of this locality na dula bahar dulu in a situation that condition so I had to give amagi mati signature and then it was settled but still any incident I didn't stop using you know my kidney stop granted. The withdrawal symptom is very high. I was in need of help. Maybe I was helpless. And the society, they also have a very less awareness programs like addiction should be treated with professional help. Now professional help is very low. Inka awareness program develop continents maybe society. So this is how this is one consequence I faced. And maybe twice or thrice. Undergrounds are very common. They are always on the verge of searching for opportunity. Undergrounds handle. So users can get them gurule courses create gurule courses create them data. The main motive to get create 10, 15, 20,000, 50,000 particularly they can sustain gurule na underground can be negative for creative. So addicts can do drug users can get most of the time targets with them. So I was also one of the victims. I was held in their campaign one of the officers who they held with and then physical torture and the mental torture and then mentally tortured and then family members can be only switch off family members can be even worried about me where I am. So this is one problem my drug use craze, substance use craze, and the continue suffer craze. You know it very well. My family members are suffering mentally, emotionally, physically. They have been passing loading when I'm using. So this is one big problem. Relationship problem with the society problem with the and then visual problem with the and no connection with higher power God. So illegal consequences can face creativity. Somewhere my family members as well as myself felt in need of recovery. And how to start, when to start, what that was a big question again. Can I start about the question? Treatment, jawle nimi financially much stable so these were the challenges I was facing. And in the latter part of my addiction, with the initiative of Reverend Father Chaku, if you know him, Father Chaku, he's an old man, Shalom Laga founder. So my family members, I guess they have approached the Father and then they have approached the Father and decided to send me for treatment. Wala treatment in Jawa Militaran. The program arranged originally, and I still remember this. I feel very funny. Father Chaco or sisters can mula gode this na visit ko lahat din. You know, but they can have window of polite. They can visit ko lahat din. So window of polite actually lahat ko have budget in 4 weeks so they were talking about my rehabilitation, rehab and for that I'm very grateful with the initiative of fathers. Fathers they are all the way from south. This is North India. South Carolina, North India they contribute to social service. It is a very selfless service which our fathers from south all the way they are contributing for us. So this is how I landed into Shalom Rehabilitation Center. Shalom Rehabilitation Center day the initial stage was very struggling again. Shalom Rehabilitation Center the phase again. The first phase is detoxification, where physical day modern day toxic drug substance can take this medication. And then the second phase is DAC, de-addiction counseling, or third phase is rehabilitation center. So these are the three phases I have to go during the treatment. So during my detoxification, I still remember the struggles, the physical pain. Just imagine, the numerous injections I was taking. Injections had been machine use production. the nurse who was taking care of me during the detox, she also got almost fed up with it. Maybe I be patient though, over hard work anything though. Tao ay one money again. Withdrawal with the min hoy ni na. Kalbi hard work habisi no hoy ni mo right craving भी नहीं थी. So I was trying to, substitute पूरे भी कोशिश कर रहे थे. Painkiller, sleeping pill, और injection kan diazepam kan ikan mahina, maro নিজৰ team muja lagi tadi, over pressure di exist. So withdrawal symptoms kan happen day, I didn't eat for maybe 2-3 days, okay, 2-3 days not taking that exercise. I don't know where the energy is coming from. I was detoxification of roommate and get contact like that. So ventilation we would protocol finding that actually I don't know. They were the in charges they were describing. So you can only imagine that amount of struggle I have to go through because of this drug addiction. Because substance probably human do physically, mentally, spiritually, not socially. You can only imagine. And it's not a job, not everybody. So this is how I came to this RC rehabilitation treatment. Basically, all of stable receipt and then I was sent for treatment. Or the treatment process, I think some of your students have already visited Shalom Rehabilitation Center. You have attended the input classes. Maybe you have attended some group therapies. So there are different psychotherapies and different activities, different sessions, different mindfulness activities, which is practiced in Shalom Rehabilitation Center. With the activities, with the whatever therapies available in Shalom, I finally get to recover. In the second month, I started taking my recovery seriously. The first and the second month, I was just blindly, I was trying to run away from the rehabilitation center. And I even river during I am very grateful. Kun Brahma during na. Itu manura during rehab I am always very grateful for that. So this is how my treatment began in Shalom Rehabilitation Center. Through the help of medical professional help, I started recovering. And after completing my course, as Father has mentioned, NA fellowship or AA fellowship, Narcotic Anonymous Fellowship, Alcoholic Anonymous Fellowship. Father, I am very grateful. Makan di jaga di NEISSR. Just opposite left to this room, there is one conference hall. That I makan di fellowship la jaga di. So every evening, what happens in this fellowship is people with common interest. Common interest in the sense recovering addicts. Even the active users, they gather together, share their personal experiences, and get some counseling, like, or maybe not exactly counseling, but we share our problems. We come there with common interests, with common problems, and we get peace and we get to sustain our recovery. This is how the fellowship works. So, recovery in the blessings come to maybe at present, whatever I am today may not be maybe comparing with those addiction days and today, if I compare, there is a huge difference. Pala ojun difference vision. So addiction days, I was suffering a lot, and whatever I am today, I am very grateful. And I am very grateful indeed that God has saved me. God has helped me to overcome from this addiction, and the blessings of recovery today I am receiving from my family members, from my fellowship members, from all the patrons who are recovering addicts, like Father Anto Model Crazy, Father Chakuwa Model Crazy. And there are many people who are helping me. So, to conclude my testimony, it's very simple message. Only drug intoxicants can effectively engage with addiction without. It's better and it's very wise to learn from people's mistakes. It is wise to learn from your mistake. I know that. It's wise to learn from our mistake, but it's more wiser to learn from people's mistake. So always say no to drugs or whatever intoxicants it may be. So with this, I would like to conclude my sharing. And thank you all for your patience listening to me. I hope in the upcoming days we will get together and we will get the opportunity to work together in whatever areas, social work na areas kan. And last but not the least, the World Social Work Day, right? Is it Social Work Day is about that day. So I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you to or who are being deeply creative here. Again, Bhagavad Gita with a purpose, with a mission. Again, I'm work or in Bhagavad ministry, particularly led that research in Bhagavad Gita today. Again, we congratulate you. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Father, once again.
Good morning, everyone. I think I better take off my watch and actually look at the time because if not, you might not actually go home. So, good morning to you all. First of all, I would like to thank. Uh, I would be amiss if I said I would have said what I needed to say off the cuff, but I believe that this is an important occasion, a solemn occasion. So I believe that in order not to miss anything out, I will just read from a few words that I've written down. So, my name is Nino Tochishi, and I'm a recovering alcoholic. Purely by the grace of God and my wonderful fellowship, I am sober today. I will be reading my story to you because I believe this is a solemn occasion, a great opportunity, and I do not want to miss out on important insights. So here are a few excerpts from my diary that I had written a long time ago, along with some of my thoughts. I believe you might find enlightening, or at the very least, funny. I will try my best to keep it short, and forgive me if it seems disconnected at times. There's a lot of things to go through, and I just chose a few that seemed important. So I am here today to share my story as an addict. Now, first of all, I call myself an addict because I see no difference in the fact that both drugs and alcohol are substances. An addict is someone who cannot live their lives without the use of these substances. Some believe alcohol is a uh, socially accepted, and therefore it is less harmful than narcotics. Well, I'm here to prove them wrong. I had my first real taste of alcohol when I was class 10. I still remember it. It was the first ever Hornbill Festival held in Kohima, local ground. I think it was 1999. I know, it sounds very old. I didn't really know how to drink, so I drowned a full bottle of Old Monk. Didn't feel a thing for a while, so I thought the bottle was defective. Feeling quite irritated that I got a duplicate Mal rum, and so I had three more bottles of beer. That should do it, I thought. And oh boy, did that surely do it. All I remember afterwards was puking all over my elder brother, asking him how to turn off the sky. And then came the mother of all promises. I will never drink again in my life. Or so I thought. Yeah, sure, I didn't drink for a few months. More obviously, because I was still hungover even after a month. Slowly but surely, a little bit of peer pressure here, a party there, a big handful of youthful arrogance, and there I was fighting with someone because he said something about my great grandfather or something. I really don't remember, but I slowly started to realize that the one thing to drink turned into needing to drink, just so that my hands would stop shaking, my stomach would stop churning, just to feel normal. Now, there, my friends, is the signal, the siren that most of us addicts are biologically deaf to. That is why I believe that addiction is a disease, and a truly cunning one at that. It will slowly whisper to you how invincible you are. It will tell you that everything you say and do is the law by which the universe must abide, the pure essence of selfishness. But I digress. I had passed out my class 12 and by the grace of God got into medical college. Now, I thought, now is the time to get serious and buckle down and work hard. But it was too late. I was drowning 2 bottles a day, barely getting to class, and even if I did, I was feeling sick most of the time. This was where the old Naga adage came. Mota asegulito charibot came into my mind. After all, I am assuming Hindi. Wait, I'm assuming. After all, and Hindi dialogues will definitely come to my mind. But I consider for the life of me to let go. I wasn't even close to figuring out how. After a lot of years lost, I finally gave up my medical studies and came back home, defeated, lost, confused, and utterly hating myself. I didn't think it would get worse. But wait, there's more. I started indulging in self pity. Oh, life is cruel. And if only I had done this, if only I had done that. I found that my failures at academics became a very comfortable scapegoat for me to drink. It's funny how for an alcoholic, it is always a good time to drink. Like, it's your birthday, it's time to drink. It's raining outside, it's time to drink. My neighbor fell off his roof, it's time to drink. Finally, drinking became my identity. It became who I was. So many times have I heard people whisper behind my back, "Isn't that so and so's son? How sad. Bah, what a waste." But yeah, I knew I had brought a very painful one-way ticket to hell, and there was nothing I could do about it. But here it is, my saving grace. My wife. It's a funny turn of events because I had a great idea to try and smooth over my relationship with my father by proudly announcing that, "Dad, it's time for me to get married." I seriously thought that this idiotic declaration to take up my manly responsibilities would somehow make everything all right between my father and I. With the most pinpoint accuracy, my father said, "Son, I love you, but I see that you are going down this road of destruction, and there is nothing I can do about that. But I will not allow you to destroy the life of an innocent woman. So if you are really serious about this, go for rehabilitation, and after that, we will discuss the matter." And that was it. I honestly questioned myself, do I really love my girlfriend in those days, or was it all just an act? I think the only time willpower comes into effect is when you have to take the first step towards a rehab center. After that, in my opinion, it was all the grace of God. Those 5 months in the rehab were grueling. The withdrawal symptoms, the absolute disgusting and constant reliving of all your past memories without the numbing effect of the substance. But this is where I found out that true strength and courage lies in the simple adage, let go and let God. And so I was back home feeling pumped, energetic, my health back on track, and having learned all that I could, was feeling invincible again. Life couldn't be better, but wait, there's more. I had been sober for 3 years. I had joined my NA, and I hadn't joined AA or any groups, believing they were unnecessary. All that I learned in rehab slowly faded away like an echo. My overconfidence and pride was my downfall. The day finally came when I relapsed. The second time was worse because that time my liver was almost cirrhotic and I started having seizures. I was in bad shape and I was wondering how I would find the strength to fight again. And so I humbled myself and prayed to be given a second chance. And I finally found the strength after witnessing my wife crying at 3 o'clock in the morning, begging God to help her and me. It never really occurred to me how much pain I had put my family through, because most of the time I was in a drunken daze. But seeing the pathetic condition of my life, I said, F it, and pushed on for my second time. This time it was a bit different because I had a wonderful counselor, much like you guys, studying BSW and MSW. I learned that I was going through the motions of the 12-step program. I was basically looking at it purely in an academic way, much like how I had studied my medicine. I realized through, amongst other things, that what it truly meant to understand the 12 step. He taught me many things, but I remember very clearly what my counselor told me when I asked him a simple question. I asked him, how do I become a good counselor? How do I reach out to them so that I can help my people, my community? He told me, there are very many great intellectuals and scholars. A lot of them are truly experts in their fields. But it all amounts to nothing if we do not learn to love the addict. See them as someone truly suffering and wanting nothing more than to live a normal life with love, respect, and dignity, and as someone deserving of it. As for me, I was there. I went through every bit of the horror. I lived it, I breathed it, I tasted it. So it was easier for me to love my fellow addicts. All I had to do was remember myself kneeling in the corner of my dark room, desperately looking for a way out when I hit rock bottom. I truly believe that this is what hell would be like. Not so much the burning fire and brimstone, but the feeling of total separation from God, the cold, empty abyss. But you, my young brothers and sisters, have the good fortune to learn about it in your studies. And I truly believe that just as my counselor taught me, that in order to be of service to anyone, we must learn to love the least of us, because you never know the true story behind every tale of hardship. Many of you may be the answer that every addict prays for in the most desperate times when we are at the bottom of the very pits of hell, begging God to just take our lives away because we can't take it anymore. Because I have seen it with my very eyes that love, compassion, and understanding is most certainly the best weapon you could give an addict to fight his or her, more often than not, lonely fight. I believe that the time comes once in a lifetime where Brother Neely and people like myself have been given a second chance. We come here not as victors, not as someone who has conquered anything, but we come here bruised, beaten, and defeated. And through this defeat, we surrender. And funnily enough, we got the best weapon of all, surrendering to God. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, when you look at people like me, people like my brother Nili, you may see people who are morally corrupt, deficient of a moral compass. But no, we live a life which is not meant to be lived by a human being. We have suffered and we have cried so many years. Now, I believe that it is your opportunity and your time right now to be able to come forward, learn as much as you can. I believe that studies are very important, but more importantly, it is to meet people, it is to talk to them, it is to learn what their lives are like. Because at the end of the day, we are all human beings and we do all live with the same purpose in life, is to have respect, dignity, and grace. Thank you for this time and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Uh, Nili Kose and Mr. Minato Chishi, for sharing your expertise and thoughtful insights. Indeed, it was an engaging and productive time hearing your insights. I hope and believe that your story is going to be an inspiration and impactful to many people, especially to youngsters those who are indulging in this intoxicating things. Thank you once again. Now we shall have a message by Dr. Tuli. Ma'am, please come in.
Good morning, everyone. Respected principal, vice principal, my dear colleagues, my students, and our guest today. This morning, as we celebrate the World Social Works Day, we are very delighted to have two of our very dynamic leaders with us. And this morning it was inspiring to listen to your testimony, the experiences, the pain that you went through, the experiences that you had. It was very delightful. I believe that your sharing your testimony will set an example to our students. They will take forward your stories, and then it will make a lot of difference in the lives of young people, and not only young people, but there are many people who are struggling. So thank you very much. This morning we don't have anything to offer you, but as a token of our love, we would like to give you a small gift. So may I request you to kindly come forward, and for this, I would also like to invite Dr. Father C.P. Anto to come forward and honor them. Please come forward. Yes, both. Thank you. So this time, as we all know, I'm not here to give any kind of message, but then I'm here to um, just share the theme of World Social Works Day, and then Workers' Day, and then also the plan that we have. As Father has already mentioned, the community development students specialization and then the forum will also taking this particular drug-free campaign for another 4 or 5 years, and then we will be collaborating with different schools, different college, and then even the community. So, as we all know, this channel has been doing a tremendous work in this area, especially like taking, organizing and setting up different peace club at the school level in private schools and in other places, I think even in government schools also. So, as young people and then as social workers, it is also our duty to go forward and then like strengthen all these social peace club in the community so that children are taught children are taught right from the beginning the harmfulness of different uses of intoxicants, which is harmful for their body, their soul, and their mind. And this channel is also focused on People's Forum for Peace, and this is at the community level. So the Peace channel has actually been working, and then they have different areas of intervention. But I think as we start off with this drug-free campaign, we can also engage people in the community, the elderly people, the young people in the community, male, female in the community, or other groups of people in the community, so that we will be able to reach out to a larger group of people and create a larger impact. So for this campaign, we will also like be engaging with the college students. We have to reach out to the college students, and for this, Peace Channel will take initiative to teach our students about peer mediation, and then this channel will also be do the follow up of all these activities that we have decided to do. So this is like in community development students in collaboration with this channel and also with the community. We will be reaching out, but it's not limited only to the community development students. All the students here in NEISSR, you are all a social worker. And today, as we look at the theme of World Social Work Day, strengthening intergenerational solidarity for enduring well-being. So when we say well-being, it's about, like the addiction is also part of, when we say well-being, addiction in any kind of form, this actually has an impact on body, mind, and soul, and therefore it is also important that, irrespective of which age group you belong to, it could be older people in the community, it could be younger people in the community, it could be children in the community, but everybody has to work together so that we will be able to help one another, strengthen one another to fight the things that is troubling an individual and also which is troubling the society as a whole. So with this, I'm very thankful to Reverend Dr. Father C.P. Anto and also our Reverend Father King for giving us this opportunity, especially the community development specialization and the forum to take this particular campaign forward. So thank you once again. Now, I would also like to mention that today, marking the World Social Work Day, uh, I would also like to inform you that the management faculty would like to mention and inform that this campus, as we start our campaign, it is also very important for us to practice what we are going to do. And therefore, this campus will be uh, drug-free, alcohol-free, tobacco-free. And therefore, I would like to request the students to be very mindful of this and take it very seriously. And student council members will also be looking into this aspect, especially to do with drug, alcohol, and tobacco aspects. So thank you once again. Now to mark this day and also the campaign, we will read one small pledge, and for the um, I think it's not this page. This page, yeah. Okay, so for this, I would like to request all of you to kindly stand on your feet and we shall read together. But before that, I would also like to tell that after this I, you have to tell I, Toli H. Kiba. Similarly, you have to put your name and then take the pledge. So I think we will either uh, maybe yes, we can keep our right hand on our chest, near to our heart, and then we can read this together. Shall we all read together? Okay, let's begin. One, two, three.
To protect my mind, body, and future from addiction. You stand by my friends, family, and community in making Nagaland drug-free. To spread awareness and help those struggling with substance abuse. To choose health,
Peace and a bright future over disruption. To work together as responsible citizens in building a safe, drug-free society. With faith, courage, and determination, I pledge to live a drug-free life and inspire others to do the same. Together, we can create a drug-free Nagaland. Thank you. Please be seated. So, to mark the beginning of our campaign, I would like to invite my colleague, Dr. Lily Sangkui, to please come forward. And I would also like to request the city students to please come to the front. And along this, I also want to request Dr. Father C.P. Anto, the principal, and Reverend Father King, our vice principal, to please join us. Together we can. Okay, thank you so much.